Welcome to the boat. Welcome to Hopline. And I'm here backstage with Balz Müller. I always wanted to make an interview with you, and not because you're one of the greatest pump foil, surface foil, or whatever, but you're passionate, and that's something I really appreciate.
Thank you.
So every time I see you, you're smiling, you're laughing, and there's a lot of stuff from you on Instagram. Like, is that something you like, putting stuff on Instagram?
Oh, but well, I just love sharing the stoke, fronting about surfing. I'm a fun boarder, a fun board enthusiast. I love water sport. I love being active, being out there, and I mean, it's boring being out there all alone. Water sport mainly is a solo sport, but there's a great companionship. So, I mean, it's all about being out there together. If you do it only for yourself all alone, it would be boring. That's why I appreciate people like you sharing the stoke and having a great time.
Are you sometimes in the water and think like, I want to stay longer in the water, but I need to film, I need to get out, change camera positions, maybe get a drone or something?
Well,
is that a hassle for you?
Yeah, it's definitely a hassle, and I stress out creating content.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's back in the days, it used to be a camera crew, probably a helicopter flying through the air, filming an athlete. And these days, from an athlete like me, it's expected to create content, be a content creator, be an athlete, be your own marketing person in charge. And I mean, this definitely changed a lot, but also the possibilities changed a lot. An Insta360, it's so easy to use. A drone is so easy to use.
It is.
But definitely for me, I'm having a hard fight creating content. And the way I'm doing it, you guys know it. It's authentic. It's simple.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
And that's probably what people also like, because it's authentic. And I always stress out if I have a serious photo shooting and tell me, take it easy. Just be whoever you are.
Smile.
Yeah. No.
Like he's
not the way
barefoot.
it goes.
I don't know if you see it, but he's barefoot. Like
well, I've been in the pool
hiding behind the board.
Indeed.
Now that's good, but like you're sharing a lot, and for me, it feels like we know each other really good. But this is only the second time we met, because I saw you've got a little daughter, and you've been on a vacation, and I kind of went with you on this vacation. I saw you doing a balance board in your living room. So
living just fun sport.
Yeah, but you're creating like you're putting a lot of media out there on social media, and you're creating kind of a brand. Like it's the brand Balz Müller somehow. Like you mentioned marketing.
I would even call it. I'm creating this new brand is a big word, but I want to become a Swiss waterman.
You're not becoming.
I'm working on it, but still it's not accepted. Kai Lenny, for me, he's a huge idol in terms of he's going out there and he does whatever he likes and loves. And I want to showcase that we can do the same here, landlocked in Central Europe, and we don't got to travel to the ocean to become a waterman.
So that's what I'm doing, because I'm based in the middle of Germany. And when I started off and I said I'm going to do a surf channel, they said, forget about it. Like you're living on the River Rhine. But I think like it's like you're doing competitions as well. Would you like to do more competitions or more fun stuff?
Well, a good point, because for me, competing ain't fun. I mean, competition is very stressful, but competition is the best way to progress, to showcase the skills. Obviously, also, it gives you a platform to become professional, to get sponsors and whatever. But for me, my goal or my dream is to be a free surfer, a soul surfer, be out there. And
everybody's dream.
Yeah, everyone's dream, but you cannot make a live from it. I mean, that's the hard. I mean, you
could. I think you're probably on the edge, aren't you?
The case is, I still want to progress.
Yeah.
And progressing, no matter on which states you're competing, you always need to have this certain friend or like push from someone.
But it could be a friend. Like you don't have to be on a competition.
I totally agree. I hate competitions, but always I go again and compete again. And my wife, she's like, "What are you doing? You're stupid! Like you put so much pressure on yourself competing, get your ass kicked by 16-year-old young acrobatic kids."
That's crazy. Yeah.
No,
but they're great. They
need this. Sometimes you need this ass kick to progress, and that's what I love about competition. And usually we drink a beer the night before, and then the day after we compete, and we're not friends anymore for 30 minutes. And then it's a small community. We share the same passion, and I mean, we're like a handful professional water sports athlete there's no reason to fight against each other. You know?
Exactly. So you just mentioned your wife. How's that for your wife when you're traveling a lot, I guess?
Yeah, I'm traveling a lot, but honestly, I like it very simple and structured, and I try to bring my family with me wherever I go. Here at the boat now, I'm 4 days away from my family, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But this season we traveled almost 6 months in our van.
Wow. Okay.
And that's the best thing. You have all your equipment.
So the whole family is enjoying yourself. I saw there's an Instagram post from you where you're winging in the back, and I think your little daughter she's dancing and she's doing some yoga, and I really enjoyed that one. I'm having 2 kids, and you're having 2 kids too soon. There's not you, but your wife, like you together.
Yeah.
So you have a growing family.
Yeah.
And this is going to work to a certain point, but at some point someone's going to school. I don't know how the laws are in Switzerland, but
2 years definitely life gonna look different.
It is. That's what's for me right now. Mine just got into school, and that's like the deal breaker.
So you're definitely landlocked now.
I'm kind of, yeah. I'm working on it. There's some online school, and you can get away from it, but it's hard work. Like you really have to fight for it.
You got to fight for it, but definitely there's always a solution. So when you have a dream, make it happen. And I got to mention, my wife Eva, she's very addicted to water sports as well. That's how we met.
You're sharing the passion.
We're sharing the passion. The only case is just last Christmas holidays. She's now pregnant. I mean, the belly is big, but we were surfing, the 3 of us, and my mother was the grandmother was looking after my daughter. That's so nice. And the cases with Eva, normally, it's always a battle. Who gets out on the water first?
Really?
So
is she on your level, or is she just having fun, or is
No, she's.
So would you go out on the same spot in the same conditions?
We do, and then I collect her on the rocks. No, but she's very passionate about freestyling, and that's how we met. I mean, we knew each other for quite a long time, but we met a few years ago at the Freestyle Windsurf World Cup. So she's competing on a high level. She's not making the blah blah around it, let's say, because she's definitely addicted to the feelings, just as I am.
Yeah.
But she's a sport teacher, so we kind of combine everything and make it happen together. That's the main goal.
Oh, that's really nice. So
and she understands the passion.
That's what I think, because you need someone who at least, like, your partner doesn't have to surf, but you need someone who understands what it feels like. And just from seeing you on Instagram, like, we don't know each other that good, but I can see that you're always eager to get into the water. Like for me, I did a yoga lesson on the beach, and there was pumping waves, and we just started the yoga lesson. I was like doing the downward dog and things like that, and I looked at the wave, and the teacher told me, like, put your head like this, and I was like, no, I have to look at that. And I stopped the lesson because I couldn't. Like, I couldn't be on the beach and not surf the waves. It's like every day I'm sitting in the office I have this feeling that there's like pounding waves around the world, and I'm missing out on waves like every second. And I kind of got a feeling you're similar. You're like
similar. Totally. I mean, I cannot be landlocked sitting around. That's why I'm now a wake thief, sneaking ferry waves with my pump foil equipment.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, no.
So what's your plan for the future? Like you're still competing a little bit. Are you gonna drop out of competition and go into the fun and free ride once you somehow manage to finance the whole living? Or
that's a really, really interesting point. I just turned 30. That's a huge game changer.
You got I'm not gonna tell, but I've got like plenty more years.
No, but I mean, I still feel like a young kid.
Yeah, which is good. Me too.
And out there in this playground, I can really do and play however I want, and that's nice. But I feel also like the serious stuff is catching me. And I'm a landscaper. I did an apprenticeship. I'm doing gardens. I'm not gonna. I guess I'm not going back into landscaping, into gardening. It's a beautiful job, but it's
you can
pain
still
in the ass.
Yeah.
I can still do it.
Yeah.
But it's pain in the ass. My main goal at the moment is definitely sharing the motivation as well, and bringing people into the sport, new people as well, kids as well.
But there's
and see them progressing.
But there's so many opportunities for you. Like you have some brands who are behind you. You just
developing new equipment.
You're developing new equipment. You could go into distributions, or maybe working on the brand Balz Müller and cooperation with some other brands.
I'm working on a brand. It's called Brutal Pragmatic.
Okay.
because
Hook
the
me up.
case it needs to be pragmatic.
Yeah.
But I hate the industry part of water sport, because the industry part, in my opinion, every year.
I think the
every year I have
industry kind of hates you too for destroying so many things. I saw so
guess.
many stabilizers cut off and destroyed, and
but that's development, progressing the sport.
it is exactly.
And that's also one thing I really enjoy, is progressing equipment, making it easier for everyone out there,
Yeah.
so that you guys can enjoy the best possible equipment. And so maybe it's going to be less competing this season for sure. But I want to spend as much time on the water as ever.
I think you had more than 400 sessions last year.
Yeah,
I didn't
470 sessions and 300
It's fun. Like if you're not doing it, start counting your sessions, because that's like a lot of people go from like a weekend warrior. When they start counting, they see like in the middle of the year they only have like 20 or something,
and
then
5 days is probably the big days you can score in Switzerland.
But like if you, for me, it was like counting just made me go more often, which was funny.
Indeed.
So you're like looking at the score and you're like, I need more, and it's rainy or snowy outside and really cold. It's a factor of motivation, just counting. So that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, also regarding this, I have a logbook, so every day
Me too, exactly.
What I'm doing.
Exactly.
And like this, it's a really good way to progress, and it's also really exciting looking back in what you have done before and like progressing that way. So me, I always take notes: how much wind, what equipment.
So what's your approach? Are you going out and say, I want to learn this today, or I want to work on this trick, or are you actually just going out and no? But you could do it according to the conditions. Like instead of like you want to learn a back loop and the waves are flat, and you say, no, I'm going to do something else. So
it's very important to have a goal. If you just go out there and go for the fun, I realized this, especially in Brazil, going out in board shorts, life's cool.
Yeah,
but then you ride around, and after 5 minutes you're like, what am I doing here? Like life's beautiful, but you got to set goals. Goals is the most important. And in wing foiling, I think it's unlimited. Every day you can set yourself a new goal, a new trick, a new maneuver, even just like trying out new equipment. It's unlimited.
It is.
But most important is that you don't get locked, or let's say just like stuck on one maneuver or one topic. Me, I feel that when I progress is mostly when I have fun. So it's most important that you're in a comfortable
and
surrounding.
kind of competing, like but like a positive competing.
Exactly,
feeling.
And you got to you also like often I crash and I crash all over again. But if you try a trick 3 times in a row and it doesn't work at all, just go out of your like bad train rails and try something new. Try to
and then go back,
get loose and get fun again, get the fun back, and that's most important to progress.
Exactly.
And dream about it. Like I'm always telling, dream about your tricks you want to try. Dream about your.
But then you can't find sleep, because then you're like maybe lying in bed and going reverse and reverse.
That's what I'm doing with the numbers of foils and boards and everything, like wings as well. The progression in products goes so quick at the moment.
It is. So talking about progression, I heard a rumor. There's something coming up from Subfoil, a new release in cooperation with you.
I'm working again on a pro model, which is coming this late this spring. So I'm very excited to get like also this kind of pro model that does it all, that gets me out on the water, and that just is the perfect dance partner for me. It's like a dance out there,
So how was the development? Did you come up with something, or how did it work?
I'm very grateful and lucky that I started this partnership with Subfoil almost 5 years ago.
Oh, great, yeah.
And over the last 5 years, we progressed
but I think it's
much.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation.
Indeed,
for sure.
For me, I remember Jimmy gave me this first foil and he said, try to break it, because I was on a French brand breaking all the foils with freestyling. I mean, these foils were not meant to be out of the water.
Not at the beginning, for sure.
Indeed. So over the last years, we really progressed in making a product as solid as possible, as performing as best performing as possible, and we're really like hitting new levels in foiling. And every day it's like I get out there and I have a new sensation.
So what category is the new foil gonna be? Is it more like don't tell too much if you don't want to?
No. But my goal is to not only have a foil that goes. It's always a compromise.
It is, for sure.
You cannot have
Any
the
foil.
Formula One car that drives in sand.
It's not going to work.
But my topics are an easy foil that gets me up early.
Yeah.
And I mean, early, I mean, when you try tricks and you crash all the time, you got to get up on the foil and fly again as early as possible. So it got to be a fast foil because we want to jump high. It got to be a foil that glides good. It got to be a foil that surfs good.
Which is like the one foil quiver solution.
Indeed.
Yeah,
and
but you
with
have
the
some.
Medusa Pro,
I love the Medusa
getting
Pro.
it. I'm getting it. But from like these over 300 days on the water, I would say more than 250 days are on my lake back home in average conditions. And my goal is to make the average conditions the best, or let's say the best performing foil in average conditions. That's my dream, and that's where I'm working on. Are we getting it?
So, so there's something coming up from Starfoil, and you just released on the boat this year. You released the Balz.
Yeah, indeed.
With
so
Endis.
The Balzer.
Doing the Balz and the Balz.
I would say the latest trend in foil sport is definitely downwinding.
Yeah.
And last year,
but I think like the trend is downwinding. What people actually end up with is light wind winging. Exactly. So that's what they buy for.
You also learn downwinding with the wing. It's
exactly.
So much easier
it's so much
get
easier.
On the board.
It's a shortcut.
Feeling the board, and that's where we.
You need a rail tape.
Yeah, we do. But you know, that's not my board. That's the board from Michael. And Michael, imagine 1 year ago, he didn't know how to hold a paddle in his hands. And even like 2 months ago, someone told me, "Hey, you're holding the paddle the wrong way," and I'm like. Oh, I didn't even know about it. You know, for me, the paddle is only to get me up on the foil. No, but
and maybe to hold the camera.
Yeah, indeed, like holding the stick out.
Selfie stick.
Selfie stick. No, I mean simply this board is meant to be a very compact board that once in the air it feels very direct and smooth. So it's not like these Hawaiian really long boards, but it's meant to fit into the lake waves, which are very short after.
Yeah, they are indeed. Which is a pain because
it's
you always stick exactly. That's what I'm struggling with.
And
really
that's
struggling.
The 7.0. This is like the 150 liter size. I'm always using the 6.3, which is a 95 liter board.
Okay.
For me, that's
what is your weight?
80 kilos.
80
but I'm like floating on the edge of the top line, which is perfect for me. No, but the characteristics of this board, we try to make it as compact as possible. With the best possible glide, over 60 years of windsurfing board development. And then you see, I mean, the Hawaiian boards, they perform very well in like powerful swell.
Yeah, they're long and they're generating a lot of speed.
Like round.
But I don't like this the swing rate. Like once you're up on foil, it's just.
I don't want to have nothing around me anymore. I want to have the most compact shape possible. And that's what we did with this board. Like it gets you up really easy and really quick. And once in the air, you don't have this extra size with you. So that's definitely the main topic.
So was the whiteboard we saw on Instagram, the one with the orange, I think an orange smiley, was that a prototype?
That was the 6.3 prototype. I've been made in close to Switzerland on the Swiss border.
Yeah.
So that's also very important.
Like if you're not, go to Instagram, follow Radicolo, and you see all the prototypes and all the stuff.
Yeah,
I at once, I think you posted something and there was one foil that's not been released in the back and I spotted that one. So it's always good to take a really close look at the gear you're using.
Indeed. No, but what's like, I mean, this board, we developed it for the European lakes, but it's also really, really good performing in open ocean and waves on the sea. At Christmas, I was in South France using it in some of the most premium world-class downwind conditions, and it was really shooting downwind. It was fun, yeah.
So are you on pedal ups? Are you struggling with your shoulders?
Because I have shoulder pain.
Yeah, like me too.
Like hell.
Like I restricted myself to one flat water pedal up session a week.
Yeah.
And it was a pain just because I had good conditions and I looked at it and I was like, I want to go out. But I knew my shoulder would hurt just from the beginning because I don't have a subfoil background and I don't have the muscle memory.
I don't even know how to technique.
No, me,
I was always using a too long paddle.
Me too. Like at the beginning, everyone's telling you like this, but you need people more like this. Like
and you also your shoulders.
So how long is your pedal? Like if you put it on the ground?
I don't know how long, but it's now. I mean, the one I have here is very short at the moment, but it's interchangeable, and that's a good feature like this. You can.
But they bend. Like I wish I wish I had a non-interchangeable one. I have one. I can change the length. It's bending a little bit, but I don't know the perfect size for me now. Like I don't know. Like I'm still adjusting. Like
me as well. Totally agree. But yeah, my goal is just to get up as quick as possible on the foil and then just serve. Yeah, and we also added foot straps. But I know for
so you got insert on the other side.
Two inserts. Wait, maybe we can put.
So, but what do you need? Oh, yeah, perfect. What do you need the insert? Like, would you ride it with straps? No, you would not.
Me, I would not ride it with straps.
Yeah, me neither.
But I know some clients, they want this stability, especially for light wind winging.
But I think like when you
pull the board up,
you can, but that's but then exactly. But I think if you're pulling the board up, you're not doing something wrong, but you can change your technique and then you don't need the straps. I think people are just used to it from winging, and they are like
used to it. They think it gives them a certain stability and safety, and that's why we decided to only put 2 straps in the front, no strap in the back.
Because you're not jumping anyway.
So you can add the straps, but
that's additional weight. Like this is going to be like
additional weight. The long rails are additional weight, and the long rails.
Do you have a handle? Is there? No.
No, we did. I mean, we have to reduce weight.
Because
weight is an interesting point, because weight is what sells in the shop, but out on the water, if you drink a half liter of beer, I mean, there's a half kilo here, a second beer 1 kilo, a bit more spaghetti in the evening. No, but I mean, weight is very important. These boards, they're as light as they can still be durable, I would say. And you can see, like my friend Rohan, he's hitting
like there's so many impacts. You should see this side, and it looks really in a solid shape. Yeah, no, it looks destroyed in terms of the optics, but like functional, it's in a perfect shape.
Indeed.
Yeah, so it looks like it's really durable, and I like the concave.
The concave for me,
I think that's something really important.
I wish I be as close as possible to the foil.
Yeah.
But with the compact shape, we have to add thickness to the board. But this concave shape really gives you a direct feeling to the foil. And I close my eyes and I know where I'm standing. Same with the tail pad. People can change the position of it. It comes separately with the board, so you can glue it afterwards on it. You can add it further forward or further backwards. Because when I downwind, sometimes before getting up on the foil, I like to have like just a standpoint of my back feet, and that's nice. And definitely the concave gives you the.
So how's your orientation on the board when you're pedaling up? I think I looked at yeah, I know, but I looked at your back foot. Your back foot is
way ahead of the tail pad.
Yeah, more or less on the mast, maybe slightly forward. Yeah, when you're offset. Pumping, I know, slightly offset. Mm-hmm. And then when you're pumping, it's coming off. Like your back foot is the heel comes off pretty much every single pump.
Indeed.
And
I'm always talking about ollie in skateboarding.
Exactly.
In skateboarding, I do this ollie feeling.
Yeah.
I guess it's like loading, reloading, reloading.
But do you readjust your position with every single move your foot forward, back foot, or did you put marks on the board at the beginning, or use like a tail pad for orientation? Because that's what I'm struggling with. I know if I'm once I'm on foil, I can feel what the foil is doing. But if you're on flat water before, you're not feeling anything. So I have put little marks where the mast is, and then I went forward, backward.
Totally makes sense. I guess also the strap holes.
Exactly.
They give me some certain. But for me, I think it's with so many hours on the board. I know when I'm off the center axis, I feel it straight away. But definitely, if you're not every day on the board, if you're not sleeping with your board or live all day with your board, that's an important point, and definitely helps to kind of make you mark. Or even just on the surfboard, I always put wax on.
I know.
Or for the takeoff, I put wax on the board. I mean, feel free to add graphics to this board with a pencil, Posca or whatever. But
or just repaint it if you don't like the color. Who came up with the colors? Is that your decision?
It was. I mean, pink definitely was my decision. The blue here in the pool honestly gets lost.
But it looks really nice.
Yeah, it looks nice. But on the gray day outside, it's a nice contrast to the. And talking about graphics, subfoiling has a big influence from surfing. Surfboards are wide, simple, one line. I agree, that's fun and nice. But I want to be different. I don't want to stand out. I just want to have more charm. Or
And
it's like the car
and
industry.
you mentioned before, like if you're not taking your board to bed, because that's something. If I get a new board, I touch it, and I
Lick
feel
it,
I could
you
take
wanna
it to
make
bed.
love with
Honestly,
it.
yeah, nah, kind of. Like, but that's something that's like for me really personal, and something a small thing like a sticker, a color.
Yeah.
It's something I really appreciate.
Yeah.
And then that's something that's and I like kind of love the board, love about the board, and so I can imagine getting some colors
On the
and
water.
just
I
look
was on the whiteboard,
yeah.
and then the first day on the colorful board was like,
Wow. So who came up with the name Balz?
well,
Is that
you know,
because
we
it's
have
Balz,
the dance,
Balz?
we have the hip hop, we
Yeah.
have the rock and roll. They wanna keep a clear structure,
Which is good.
and which is good. Like the top on the wing side, we have the top spin, the score, like the tennis, just like sport related names. So hard to get a name. And then I wanted to call it the Boogie Woogie, but Boogie Woogie or Boogie is just way too long. And then all of a sudden I was just joking. We were like checking the list of dances, and then I was like, "There's the waltz." I don't even know how to dance the waltz.
I don't even know. No, probably. I knew a little bit.
I tried the other day to dance the waltz
On the board.
Indeed. No, but then
Your wife's gonna know.
yeah, indeed. No, but then we came up with the name and we were laughing, and Carl was like, "Yeah, Balzer's Waltzer." I mean,
Perfect.
it suits.
Yeah, it is.
Don't know if it sells, but I mean, I have found my dream board, and I'm gonna spend loads of days on it.
That's nice. I mean,
And
you spend like,
joke. Eva hates this board because I spend almost more time with that board than with her.
which might be
and
true.
Even my daughter is now like in the pool, in the swimming pool. She's
floating around.
And I float her and foil her around in the pool. So
yeah, it's funny.
Amazing.
Is she enjoying water sport?
She enjoys water. She's 2.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I
don't
mean,
want to force her into
Exactly.
anything because she's gonna do the opposite anyway.
But just giving the opportunities.
I give the opportunities. She can do whatever she likes. I expect her to go horse riding. No, but who knows? We never know. I definitely give her all the opportunities, and I take her on the board. Like she was windsurfing with me when she was like 5 weeks old. I took her in a very shallow lagoon.
Yeah.
So I try to give her the chances and the opportunities.
Same with me. I took my son on
Where's my boss? Maybe we can.
Yeah.
Carl.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Carl.
Carl. If you want to be on the camera, you have to
Smile
kind of turn
into the
around.
camera. Sorry, you.
No, that's okay. Jump in if you want to.
No.
Get him fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I took my son on a stand-up paddleboard, and someone looked at me and said, "How could you? Like he's so
Why would
young,
you?
and
Yeah.
why would you?" But I totally knew what I was doing, and something that's really weird because
Share the passion.
and I think sometimes if you post something and you're jumping off a cliff or anything, it might be radical for some people, but it's not radical for you. It's like it's
Indeed.
because you know exactly
Same in
what you
big
do.
waves. That's where I feel. That's where I feel alive. That's
Exactly.
where I'm comfortable. I love extending my comfort zone, and that's what everyone should do out there.
Yeah, but
extend the comfort zone in a safe environment.
Exactly. You're extending, and you're not extending by this. You're just extending by a little bit,
Step by step.
which still feels safe. And this is when people watch Kailani, which you mentioned before. He's on such another level.
Yeah, but
so
he
he's
learned
not
swimming
he's not
before he
not
could
extending from
walk.
here to here. He's extending. He's like on this level,
Yeah.
and then he's like extending a little bit
more.
more.
Indeed, that's the way to go, and that's why we go swimming with her like once a week at least in a swimming pool. It's
Nice.
just to share the element of water and the possibilities of the
Exactly.
water.
I think that's the way.
I'm looking forward to ride with all of you guys and enjoy this beautiful.
We should make a big
playground.
party someday, like a
pool
big
party,
meetup.
surf party for sure.
I think for sure downwinding is going to be a thing because all the brands are pushing it. Like we said before, I mainly think it's for the most people it's going to be light wind winging. But then we have something I call the circle of foils because you can pretty much take anything for anything. So you can take a downwind board for light wind winging. You can take a pump
Surf,
foil. And
for winging as well.
which like if you take a Leviathan, it's so slow if you're winging it.
You're standing still.
You're standing still and you're still up. You're still up
Yeah.
on foil, which
and
is
you have
crazy.
this sensation of flying effortless in zero wind.
Totally.
Water's totally glassy almost. I mean, that's nice. Foiling
you-
totally changed the game.
Do you ever get confused by the numbers and screws having?
Always confused.
Because
It
that's
should
something
be-
I really hate. I think all the companies, all the brands should sit together and say, hey, we're going for talks 30 or something,
That would be a dream.
and yeah, that would be a
Like
dream.
with the iPhone cable and all
Yeah.
this. I mean,
USB-C.
we know how
we
it
need
is.
a universal, like, this is out to everyone out there. We need a universal agreement on screw sizes, because
Even on
even
connection
if you
systems.
just say, I have different systems, but I went to the beach with subfoil, and they have, like, if you take the razor, the smaller fuselage, the connections to the mast,
Longer screws,
they're shorter. And I didn't take the shorter screw, so I had to go back home.
I have a story of doing an upwinder.
Yeah.
I went on a downwinder, and then I was up at the downwinder screwing together my foil. I had the wrong screws.
Oh.
I had to get. I mean, there's a good trick. I had to get the screws from the foil nuts.
Yeah.
They're shorter.
And then you took the longer ones,
I
because
took the
there's
longer ones and put them in the rails.
nice.
But you got to be
There
careful
was- there
that
was
you're not
touching
breaking
the rail.
Exactly. But so there's always a solution to kind of help you out. But totally agree. Anyway, the whole foil industry, we're such a niche sport. We should not fight against each other. We should embrace each other and make the sport great again together.
And I think you're probably getting an email, a message at least once a day. Should I buy this? Should I buy this?
100%.
Like that's. I think people nowadays, like back in the days when I started to surf, I started with slingshot, and there was 2 wings. Like there was an Infinity series. They had like an 84 and a 76, and that was the only decision I had to make.
Yeah.
And now, if you go on websites like Subfoil or Axis,
14 stabilizers,
Yeah,
40
it's-
different front wings, and all
it's
the brands different. And
Exactly.
even me as an athlete at the forefront gets totally confused. But yeah, let's help each other try to get the best possible equipment for everyone out there.
So this could be something you're doing in the future, like James
Be
Cassie
nice.
sitting
Yeah,
there and
I'm
talking to
actually
people and
loving
telling.
what he does. I mean,
He's teaching
the
people,
case-
and he's doing
Yes.
he's doing it on
Sharing
a
the
really
stroke. Once a week, you can join his online clinics. It's amazing what he does.
so like you can watch it unpaid, and then if you want to get help
Indeed.
yourself, you're just paying a little bit, which keeps him alive and his channel.
That in my brainstorming, I mean, I always dream about sharing my knowledge, and I think that's gonna be.
It's really hard because sharing the knowledge takes a lot of time. Like
And a lot of
I probably know exactly how you feel.
And
You're
it
not
needs to be
getting
appreciated in terms of. Subfoil. They expect it from me. I get
Yeah.
a salary. I'm not gonna be rich from the water sport industry, but I can live for water sport, and that's my goal. And that's
So you
why- I mean,
can-
it's-
so you can totally make a living for you. Is your wife, is she having a job, or is she?
she's a sport teacher. Together we survive. We swim
Yeah.
to the water surface
And survive, you're not getting rich.
Indeed.
But you can.
It's not the
This-
goal. I wanna
exactly.
I wanna live the.
That's where I
passion,
want to be in maybe a year and a half. Not getting rich, but
live
being
live for the
able.
passion.
Yeah, exactly. Just make a living on like not on a high level, but on a basic normal level.
I mean, it's probably the highest level you can reach when you can wake up in the morning, check the weather forecast, and go out
Exactly.
there and surf.
Yeah, that's cool. We have a nice group like back in where I come from, and in between breaks, someone's posting like saying, anyone going, like, and they all live close to the river, so there's always someone on the river.
I'm always surprised how many water sports freaks find time during the week to get
But
on the water.
I think that is a
Mindset.
mindset and a major benefit from foils, because it just opened
Whenever you
up.
have time,
yeah.
you can go.
Open up so many spots and possibilities. Like back in the days, kite surfers, I think it started over the pandemic.
Yeah.
They couldn't travel, and they just looked around like,
Land
I
what can I
always
do at home?
exactly. And then they started foiling, and a lot of old, like where I come from, a lot of old windsurfers start over again in wing foiling, which like it's like a retirement sport as well.
That's what I mean. With this sport, there's 365 days a year something to do.
Sure.
If there's no wind, you
Yeah.
can do the flat.
if your
water
shoulder agrees.
Indeed, or you just stick off
Yeah.
the paddle and just wiggle it up. Light the winds,
Yeah,
you can go
yeah.
winging, strong.
So how many people can actually wiggle it up? There's like, I don't know, 10 in the world. There's maybe
but
some
I
more.
expect
right?
much more can do it.
Yeah.
I've seen young kids trying it for the very first time and getting the boards up. So
Crazy.
bright future.
So this is something for my summer, jiggling up the walls.
Wiggle,
Jiggle the walls. Crazy.
Yes, nice.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Anything you want to
Much
get out there to the audience?
Live the dream and and join me together on the water. And I'm looking forward to see you somewhere on our beautiful planet. You.
Thank you very much.
Thank
It was
you.
nice having
Much
you or having me.
Much appreciated. Yeah, having a great time.
Hallo, hallo.
Hello.
You need this foil?
Ja, brauchst du noch oder wie lange?
Later.
Bloß damit ich weiß.
Nachher brauche ich ihn, ja.
Und den vom Edouard, den